Alright everybody, hey, it's Doom, and we're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual on the fungus. And we have made 2 Shriekers and 2 Violet Fungi from the entries. Or, sorry, 2 Shriekers and 1 Violet Fungi. And now we're going to paint them up. So what I'm going to do is get a dark purple to start our adventure. I'm just going to use a cup I've used before. Everything in here should be good and dry. Oh my gosh, it's not. Okay. Let me get a different cup. Let me get a new cup. And a dark purple. Let's get these bad boys started. So I'm going to start out with a brush with some water in it. I'm going to drip a little more water in there just to thin that out a little bit. And we'll start painting these up. Okay. These should prove to be a pretty simple paint job, I'm hoping. But we want them to look good too. Now, to me, this is a before and after encounter kind of picture. Before the encounter, it's just a regular giant mushroom. I would probably not run it like it's supposed to. Yeah, I guess I probably would. I've done it before, but I also have a ton of mushrooms. This is something I haven't done yet. This is just a new technique. Okay. Let's get up under all this. Purple them up. Now your base is going to get some purple on it during this phase. That's inevitable. We'll come back and do that last, hopefully, and clean it up and make it look good. Hopefully. Okay, let's clean that brush out. I see we got an extra little lump there. Oh no, that's just the shape of the mushroom. Okay, it looked like a paint drop. All right, so let's get these 3 guys. Let's hit them with the +2 hot air gun and burning. Now remember, if you have a low setting, either make the distance between yourself and the miniature pretty great, or use a lower setting to dry your paint, because these are a lot of hot glue, and the last thing we want to do is undo any of the work we've done at this point. Alright, so now we want to add a base coat variation like we always do with almost everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another purple. Oh, I had a darker purple. Dang it. We'll get this darker purple. We'll mix a little bit of that in. And we'll get that same brush. Man, I wish I realized I had a darker purple all along. And then let's paint these. And we don't have to hit every single inch this time, because right now we're going for variation, not ultimate coverage. Okay. If you don't get those little holes and cracks like I'm missing, that's okay. Don't worry about that stuff, okay? Be alright. Underneath the fins, we should probably do a different color anyways, as I'm thinking about it. Like a pastel purple or periwinkle or something like that. Okay. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect coverage at this point. Just get them painted. Now we have some variation that we can work with. Let's get that brush cleaned off. We don't want it to be forever purple. You know, it's like after 7 o'clock at night here, and it is still almost 90 somehow in the mountains. Absolutely terrible. Oh. All right, so now we're going to need a piece of cardboard, something like that. And we're going to want to lighten up our color. So for me to lighten mine up, I'm using this Blueberry Frost, which has kind of a purple tint to it. And I'm going to squirt a good bit of that in there, I suppose. And I'm going to get them. I'm just going to use that same brush to mix, honestly. I'm going to lighten that up significantly. And that is significant, my dudes. And then I'm going to get a makeup brush, a cheapy makeup brush. Not that one. This one. Then I'm going to hit the tops lightly. Whoa, flying mushrooms. Don't really want to lighten the mushroom tops up a whole bunch, but I do want them to be a little interesting. And then the bases, we want to go a little thicker on, lightening those up, because those are going to come down several shades by the time we're done here. Okay. And if you hit underneath there and hit the under fins part, that's fine, because we're going to be lightening that up too, I think. Not like it really matters, because no one really sees that part. I'm going to hit my little tendrils or tentacles or whatever they are. There we go. Alright, now we're going to lighten this up again. Actually, we're not even going to use that cup. Let's just go straight to our cardboard here. Put a dab of that blue that we can work with. You know what? I wasn't even thinking. Let's hot air these one more time before we do that. Now I would have liked to use a different color besides purple, but since they're actually called Violet Shriekers, I felt like we were kind of obligated to use purple. I would have liked to have like some pink and maybe an orange or something. That would have been cool. But we don't always get what we want, do we? No. No, we don't. And that's okay too. I'm just going to touch the outside of that a little bit here and there. We don't want to really focus on that too much, but we do want to really lighten up the stalks. I think they're called stalks. I don't know. I'm not a fungi expert. If you'd like to talk about things I know about, please feel free to in the comments. Just remember, I don't know about much. Okay. And we're going to touch that a little bit, but we're not focusing on it. Get our tentacles. We're going to need a little thicker coat for them, because they're so soft the paint's not. They're a little bit damp. Okay. I'm going to hit the tentacles, or the tendrils, or whatever these things they walk on, a little harder with this light color too, because those are going to be even lighter. And then I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to get the hot air gun of burning out. +2 hot air gun of burning. Now, violet, if I know correctly, is kind of a reddish or pinkish purple. Looking at the color in the book, it's very, very pink. So what I'm going to try to do now is find a pink that's open. Wow, how often do you use pink? Here we go. Let's see if we can't capture something like that, using our purples and whatnot. So what I've got here is I've got the original purple we started with, that blue color, and this pink. There we go. And that is going to be our first kind of wiped off wet blend we do. And this is going to have a drastic effect on these things. Look at that. Very drastic. And we're going to lighten that up again using that same pink and light blue. I'm going to switch out cardboards. I'm going to set this off to the side until we're ready for it. Now let's hit these bad boys with the +2 hot air gun burning real quick. Now, you all know me. I love cave mobs because I get to use pavement for most of the base. They don't have much base to show, but for the base they do have, we are definitely going to use pavement. And it's going to be glorious. Alright, so we're going to take what is on our brush, right now. And a dab of white. Just the tiniest dab of white. We're just going to hit those tendrils down here a couple times. See what it takes to lighten those up. Okay. So for the tops of these mushrooms, since we didn't add any kind of textures or anything or do anything fancy with them, we're going to have to do it with the paint job. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a color that stands out in contrast but blends in. Maybe we won't make a color. Maybe we'll use a color. So let's get a kind of a sizable brush. And I'm going to paint my tentacles this blueberry color. I'm not going to do it perfectly. I'm just going to kind of run down them. Half-ass. And you do yours how you want. I'm going to touch the outsides of them a little bit in spots. This one's kind of coming out. It's not glued in very well for some reason compared to the other three. So I'm going to come back later and dab some super glue on that. Alright. So once you have those lightened up, what I would do is I would just kind of make some little circles. I would do a few of one size. Okay. Something like that. And then I would just get some smaller ones maybe. Some little dabs. Just to make this a little more. And then what I'd like to do in the center of those dabs, I'd like to use something really, really light. So I'm going to get a smaller brush. Man, it's hot in here. If I didn't have to have the garage door open, it'd be super nice. You know, I don't have like I spray paint and stuff, so my ventilation system relies on the fact that I have fans pulling spray paint to the outside. Alright, something like that. And then for these ones, I think I'm just going to kind of do it all freestyle with this lighter color. I'll do some really big ones. I'm going to do little ones. Now I did this with the lighter color, and I don't plan on coming back and doing larger dot or smaller dots on the little there. like that. All right. Let's look at our basis now. We added texture for absolutely no real reason. But let's get a brush and come back with this pavement. Now what's nice about something like this is you can use these in like a Wild West setting or a space setting or an Underdark or really anywhere. You know, this is one of those kind of weird things that you can make it work. It's not something I would ever think about buying a miniature for, and I probably wouldn't. I mean, I have plenty of mushrooms that I just kind of use as proxies for stuff like this. But when you're going through and building the whole monster manual, or if your intent was to make an entire story around this kind of stuff, you know, where you'd want to have some miniatures to represent really well what you're trying to convey, this works. All right. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We just have one or two little steps until we win the game. Oh, you lost the game. All right. So we're going to bring these to the middle. We're going to hit them with a +2 hot air gun. I'm going to take a drink of my beverage. Get our cardboard out. Let's do our final touch on these guys. So for our final touch, we're going to get some pink. This one's called Pink Parfait. And we're going to do a very, very conservative with almost no purple on the brush, kind of half-assed dry brush. And that is going to give that a completely different look. It still works with the purple. Now, Pardon me, I'm burping from that drink. Ooh, excuse me again, holy damn it. This is why we spent that time going up and down on the stock with those glue guns. So when we got to this point, that detail popped. That was what it was all about. And a lot of the times, when you're doing something like this, the undercoats are what sell the dry brush. If you have enough variation, you can kind of use weird combos or big differences and still get a good result. So notice these were a lot lighter. So when we hit these with that same dry brush, they are lighter and a different shade. Nice. All right. Now if we were responsible, we would come back and hit the gray with a little bit of a lighter color. So in the spirit of being responsible. Sorry, I gotta set my beverage down somewhere. We'll get a medium gray. This is called, oh, wrong color. Pewter gray, I use this a lot. We're just gonna get that same brush, clean it out a little bit, wipe it out some, and just kind of come around and hit some of the edges. If there's any sticky uppy parts we missed, and throw some variation on this thing. Now, mind you, one of my tentacle things is loose on mine, so after we're done here, I'm going to have to get it back under there before I clear coat these, and I'm going to have to put a little bit of super glue on that to hold it, because my hot glue didn't. Then, I'm going to clear coat these with matte varnish. Then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do the caps in gloss Mod Podge. And I'm going to do all that off camera. So I'm just trying to tell you what I'm going to be doing. So in case you're following along or making something similar, you kind of know what I did between now and when you see it next. Because when you see it next, it's going to, the colors always shift and become more crisp, and there's a differential after you clear coat. And then, of course, my caps are going to be shining. Anytime you do little stuff like this, little dots and stuff, that makes a difference when you're, well, actually, let's just hit that guy's loose tentacle now while we're at this. Where is that? Look, that one there. Actually, might as well just hit them all while we're here, huh? Strengthen this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So anyways, I'm Doom. This is Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, the YouTube channel. I am one half of DungeonSwag.com. Now, DungeonSwag.com is a miniature service, kind of like a Loot Crate. You pay a monthly fee of $17, well, $16.99, and we mail you a box of 6, 7, or 8 miniatures. The miniatures are high quality, flexible, high detail, but very inexpensive. The artist we worked with, Sven, is absolutely phenomenal. One of the most talented human beings on earth. He's a single dad, and him making miniatures is how he takes care of him and his son. And we really, really like his work. We don't use him just because of his situation, though that was kind of like one of the deciding factors for me. But he's just a phenomenal guy. He's worked with us over the couple years we've had Dungeon Swag here, and he's part of the team, really, he is. We look at other artists all the time, don't get me wrong. We're always looking to add new talent to our portfolio. But Sven is phenomenal. If you want to check out just Sven's stuff, more than what we actually have of his, because we don't own the rights to every one of his miniatures, because some of them aren't working for what we do. But if you want to check out his stuff, check him out on Daybreak Minis on, what's that called? My Mini Factory, the company that stole from me somehow. Anyways, maybe don't look them up. And also, check out our website, and we sell some one-off minis and stuff that we couldn't put in the boxes, but we really love to. So we'd love to see you there. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell icon, and come join us on Discord every couple weeks or so. And if it gets popular, we'll do it more often. We do a paint night where we can run an adventure while we're all painting minis and stuff. Maybe, take out a kobold tribe, or, solve the mystery of why a town's water is poisoned, or whatever it may be. Just some little adventure that lasts for a couple hours while we paint. And that's something I really want to get off the ground and make it more popular because it's fun and I think everyone can enjoy it, and we can all squeeze 2 hours out on in an evening to do a little role playing, painting, and hanging out with other crafters. So I'd like to see you guys join the Discord and do that. The links are going to be in the description for all that stuff. There's some discount codes if you'd like to try out one of the Dungeon Swag minis at no financial risk to yourself, not even putting your credit card information in. We will send you one on us, shipping on us, everything on us, just to show you how good our product is and how much we believe in it. And then if you know what we're about and you want to get the first month of our box, which we're only a couple days left here in August, the August box is an adventurer box. It's super cool. I have a couple of them here. One of them is this Tiefling Warlock, and he's maximum BA. But we definitely go out of our way to pick minis we want on our tabletop when we're doing this. So I implore you to please check out the website too. Use the discount code, get 25% off your first month of our subscription service, or get a free mini on us. So anyways, next time I believe we're on the Gargoyle. I'll see you guys back then for that, hopefully. And if not, hey, be safe. Thanks for watching.